So water rides in the UK exist for some reason. They're lean, they're mean, and the water is usually green and riddled with typhoid. We might get as much sunlight as a cave spider, but for whatever reason we still have a decent arsenal of them. Which doesn't make any sense seeing how there are only 13.5 days of sunshine each year, where we actually have the weather to ride them. But yeah, here's a few of my favourites.
Splish splash, I was taking a bath.
Right, so number 5 is Waterfall at Oakwood. It may look like a slide because it is, but it packs a little bit of dynamite because Waterfall isn't like other slides. It has water at the bottom. It's a water slide, and if you fall into that trough of water, then it's a bit of a drowner. I would say soaker, but I say that word a lot throughout this video, so drowner will work for now. People get to watch as well. That way, if you fuck up, a modest crowd of 7 people get to witness it and probably film it as well. But if you don't mess up, then it's just kind of the most awkward feeling ever because you're just filled with that relief and you kind of bounce. People say there's a technique to it, but there isn't. Just focus on actually holding on and you'll be good. I know that can be difficult because, well, look at it, but I believe in you, viewer. But honestly, this ride is just the example of simple but effective. It's a little slide, but it's still shit scary, and if you fall in, you get absolutely soaked. So Tiger Rock at Chessington is 4th, and I've ridden it, but not with the Tigers, so I don't know why I've put it in the video, because clearly I haven't ridden it. But no, I have ridden it as Dragon Falls, and it wasn't that bad. It's just kind of your average log flume with some decent scenery, but that doesn't make it bad. You still get soaked on it, and it's not too crazy either. It's a ride that everyone can do, it's just fun. Saying that though, the main drop with the handrail, like with just the handrails to hold on to, is absolutely terrifying and still scares me to this day. And now it's got the added threat of tigers.
There was a party going on, there was a splishing and a splash.
Right, so number 3 is Drenched at Oakwood. Now, this ride is kind of basic as far as water rides go. It goes up, it goes down, and splash, it's over. Well, that sounded incredibly understated. But the drop on this is stupidly good, and the splash is decent as well. It's nothing over the top, you're not going to get submerged, and it's not like you're going to get a bit of rain either. It's just right. Now, you may think that it sounds incredibly mediocre, but I promise you it's not. There's just not very much to talk about. Point is that it's still fun, and that splash at the end is just perfect. Now this ride is practically the same as Drenched, but better in literally every way except maybe the drop, and that's Tidal Wave at Thorpe Park. Right, so there's getting wet. And then there's getting waterboarded. This ride is just a bit over the top, but it's great for that reason, and there's no way you can come off of it unscathed because even when you're queuing, the water leaking from the trough is just going to drip on you. As you climb the lift hill, you think, ah yes, this won't be so bad, it'll dry. But no, that all changes. The feeling when you get to the top of the drop and it's just regret and it seeps inside of you and you realise how bad of an idea it was, especially if you forgot to write your will, as you slowly descend into the blue, green or sometimes brown abyss. It's not even the ride in its own that's good either. You have all the scenery, the music and the effects which half-heartedly work. It's just good, and it's even better when it's 10 degrees at night in October and there's a little bit of rain as well. Oh, it's perfection.
Splish splash, I forgot about the bath. I went and put my dance.
Right, so before we get into number 1, here's a couple I didn't mention, mainly because I haven't actually done them, but they still look decent. Valhalla at Blackpool Pleasure Beach seems alright. I've not actually seen a POV, but people have said it's pretty good. At the moment, they're redoing it, so hopefully it'll be a little bit better, but it looks alright. I want to do it one day. Then there's Pirate Falls at Legoland Windsor. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I think it overdoes it a little. It looks like you're going to get drowned on it, but for water rides, that's a good sign, so it looks decent. I probably won't be going to Legoland unless I somehow have kids, which, considering that I make videos about roller coasters, is incredibly likely, but if the opportunity arises, then I'll give it a go. As far as actual ones that I have not done go, that's it. There's an honourable mention as well, I'm really dragging this on, but Storm Surge at Thorpe Park and Battle Galleons at Alton Towers. Both banging rides. Storm Surge is good if you have company and somehow you can catch it on a small queue, and Battle Galleons, Battle Galleons, nobody, I mean nobody, should be given that power just to pelt someone in the head with a bit of water. It's sadistically fun. Right, so number 1 is river rafts. Guys, I did a funny. I said a water ride for children is the best one in the country. I'm so funny. No, number 1 is Storm Force 10 at Drayton Manor. I know it looks a bit ugly, but it's a bit of a soaker, you know, you can't judge a book by its cover. You go this way, that way, forwards and backwards over the freezing lake, until you go into this massive drop at the end and get absolutely drowned. So I've only done Storm Force 10 once, and it was in the middle of autumn a few years ago. I knew nothing about it as well, so you can imagine my surprise when it started going backwards. It's probably worth mentioning that there's a few drops in this one as well, so it's not short or anything. To sum it all up, the ride here I need to be careful how I word this because it's an easy innuendo to make, but I don't know what sex is anyway. So, the ride is quite long in duration, so you're on it for a while. You see I'm trying here. You get soaked on it as well, and you go backwards. So for those 3 reasons, it's number 1. Right, thank you so much for watching. I know it's been a while, to be honest, I was just busy being dead. But I'm back for now. I'm not going to say that I'm back permanently, because if I say that, I'll be gone for another 4 months. But I've got a decent video planned next, so if you want to see that, why not subscribe? What are your favourite water rides in the country as well? If I've missed any, be sure to let me know. And if you could do me a solid and leave a like, that would be pretty dapper of you as well. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in 3 months. Goodbye.